This conference will now be recorded.
What I'm asking, like, it's a commerce or non-commerce?
It's commerce only. Like back in India,
Oh,
I completed BCom computers.
okay. So in India, you did Becom computers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. So, do you have any work experience in the same field? I mean to say financial accounting. Do you have any experience?
No.
So in finance side, you don't have any experience, right?
No, I don't have experience.
Okay, no problem. So once you know the basics, the commerce or financial accounting, now you can understand very easily this concept. So let's get the introduced part here. So here I'm
Sure.
giving my introduction part. Here, my name is Satish. I'm a real-time consultant. So I am working in a different companies as a third party due to I was completed my CA with ICWA, and even I'm doing as a consultant in different companies like EY Technologies and Wipro and Genpact and Cognizant. These are my clients. For them also I am doing as a real-time consultant. So here I'm using different modules. Almost I will know about 7 modules in SAP like FSCO, MM, SD, HR, PP, QM, HR, production planning. These are all modules. Also, I'm working in a different companies as a third party consultant. So now continue the concept here. Today, what we are discussing, that is SAP. So why the SAP has launched? What is the usage of the SAP? Once we learn the SAP, what we are getting. So what is the advantages? How it was started? What is the basic element for this? Now let's get these answers first. So first of all, here we are already knowing about the accounting. So for this accounting, in earlier days, we have a manual accounting system. In a manual accounting system, what they are preparing to get like journal entries, ledgers they are preparing, trial balance they are preparing, trading account, P&L account, and balance sheet. So in earlier days, these are all preparing by the manual in a business console. So once the accounting has been computerized, once the accounts has been computerized, now the total has been changed due to what happened, So just they are posting the journal entries and they are preparing the ledgers and the computerized accounting. What is the advantage? The trial balance, trading account, P&L account, balance sheet is doing by the system automatically. That is the biggest advantage with the computerized accounting. So for making of the computerized accounting, they require one server. So the server name, what we are calling, that is ERP servers. So in a market, we have a different ERP servers is available, like small to big concerns. So what is the ERP server stands for here? The ERP as usually enterprise, and R stands for resource, and P stands for planning. Enterprise resource planning. This is the full form here we are having with the ERP servers. I mean to say what I said just now. So before we have a manual accounting system, so once computerized accounting system, the companies like small companies or big companies you may take, they are using different ERP servers. So now these ERP servers, what happen, it will be work within the company level, within the domestic level, and it is accepting only one currency. But once the business has implemented and the business is going to the international standard, they require one international standard server for doing of their business transactions. So when we are seeing international standard, what we require, first of all, we require a multiple currency. So multiple currency. For doing of the multiple currency, they require international standard server. So here it was introduced by the SAP. Because what happened, the SAP is one of the ECC server we can talk. So the ECC stands for, as usual, E stands for ERP, C stands for central, and again C stands for component. ERP central component. So let's get what is the differences between ERP and ECC. Here what happened, the ERP, it will work within the company and within only one currency it will accept. But the SAP, once we are using the ECC server, it will accept all the international standards configurations and it will accept all the multiple currencies. So that is the biggest advantage why we are learning the SAP. Now, here, what is the full form of the SAP? The SAP stands for here system application for products in data processing. System application for products in data processing. This is the full form. Here we are having with the SAP. Yeah, Harika, I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
So the SAP, here we have a full form with the system application for products in data processing. Now this SAP has divided into two parts. One is the technical side, another one is the user side. So let's get what is the differences between technical and user. For suppose who are having the interested to make a coding and decoding, they will go with the program side. I mean to say it is a technical side. So this program who are learning, like who are having the interest to making of the coding and decoding, like who are having the minimum knowledge for the C, C++, Java, .NET, they can choose the technical side. But when we are compared to the user side, again we have two types here. One is the consultant part, another one is the end user part. So this consultant part and end user part is nothing but the end user is one of the assistant for the consultant. So the end user, what he will do is just like a data entry operator, and he can enter what is the data is mandatory. Just like a customer invoice, vendor invoices, the invoices is posting by the end user. Now the consultant, what he will do, the consultant, what is the program is created by the technical team, this program is executing by the consultant. This program is executing by the consultant. So here, first what I'm clearing to you, we are not the technical side. And here we don't have any coding and decoding. We are not creating any programs. These are all nothing. So totally, the users are what we are doing here, functional. We are in the functional side. So here in a company, how we have a different types of departments like accounts department, or you can call finance department, purchase department, sale department, HR department, so etc departments we are seeing in real time. So in SAP also we have a functional side, we have a different modules for suitable of the department wise. For accounts and finance, they will go for the FACO. Purchase people, they will go to the MM module. Sales people, they will go with the SD module. HR people, as usual, HR. So not only these modules, we have almost 20 to 25 plus modules is available in SAP. 20 to 25 plus. So when we are come back to the main modules like FSEO, SD, out of all this, if you want to choose any module, the module based on our educational qualifications also we can choose, or based on our experience also we can choose which module is best for us. So when we are coming to the what is the full form for the FSEO? The FSEO stands for Financial Accounting and Controlling. stands for Material Management. SD stands for Sales and Distribution. Sales and Distribution. And HR stands for Human Resources. So out of all this, today we are going to discuss what is the basics here, FICO. The module what we are picking FICO. So what I said before, whenever if you are choosing the module, first we have to think about it. If we are the commerce students, then it is very easy for us. So for suppose if it is a non-commerce student, they will go for the and SD. So especially again SD, what happened, if they are choosing SD module, they require a little bit of marketing knowledge. Then only they will be situated for the sales part. So out of all this today, we are going to discuss FSEO. The FSEO stands for Financial Accounting and Controlling. So actually this financial is separate task and controlling is separate task. So why I'm saying financial separate task and controlling is separate task? The financial, it is totally external documents. The controlling is internal documents. So what is the differences between external documents and internal documents? We will see here. The external documents is nothing but here we are raising the invoices on behalf of the sales, and we are getting the invoices from the purchase, like vendor, customers. We are issuing the checks and we are receiving the checks, and we are submitting the TDS and we are submitting the GST returns. These are all the documents is going outside for our business point of view. So each and everything we are sharing to the income tax department. So that's why all the financial relevant transactions we are calling as external documents, because it's going outside. So then come back to the controlling part, it is totally internal documents. So the internal documents is nothing but we are discussing within the company level and we are not sharing anyone. Within the company level only we are discussing. So that's why internal documents also we will see and external documents also we will see while we are learning the FSEO. Now let's get what are the topics here we are covering. We will see the topics what I am covering here. First of all, we need to do some basic settings. In this basic settings, what we are following, like first enterprise structure part, we can say, and financial accounting, and here general ledger. So in this enterprise structure, what we are learning here, how to create a company name, how to create a company code, how to create a business area. So how to assign the business area to company code. So what is the company code? Why we are using the company code? So these are all theory and functionality side, both we are getting the information from the enterprise structure. And we will do some configurations are here. Now, once we have completed the enterprise structure, then we are moving to the financial accounting. So in this financial accounting, what we are learning, how we are making the financial year, the financial year is follows, it will be started from 1st April to 31st March. So, and we will see here field status variant, fiscal year variant, these are all configurations will done by the in financial accounting. So when we are come back to the general ledger, here we are creating the chart of account, here we are creating the document types. These are all configurations will be available in general ledger. So once we did these basic settings, then only here we have a possible to post the GL entry. So the GL entry is nothing but it's just like a general ledger entry. So for example, the GL entry, how it will be, for suppose rent paid through bank. Rent paid through bank. So tell me what is debit here, what is credit, Harika? In this transaction, what is debit, what is credit?
Bank is credit and rent is debit.
Correct. So how you can treat it, bank is credit and rent is debit?
The The debit is like always goes out and the credit is like always comes in.
Sorry, come again. What you said, the principle is wrong.
All the
What is the
losses are
personal
like
account?
debit.
What is the personal account? What is the personal account principle?
What comes in and what comes in is
Personal
credit,
account.
what goes out. I don't
Personal account, I'm
remember.
asking. How many types of accounts we have? What are the golden principles accounts?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay. See, here, personal account, real account, nominal account. See, if you are learning any course on behalf of the accounting standards, first of all, you require these accounting principles because that's why we are calling it as a golden accounting principles. If you are using any server, not only SAP, not only Oracle, not only any ERP server, even the manual accounting, even the systemized accounting. So first of all, we require the basic principles. So that's why these basic principles we are calling as a golden principles. So these principles, who has given the name is Luke of Esilio. These principles is given by the Luke of Esilio. So he has given these principles in 14th century. So just imagine he gave these principles on 14th century. Still we are in 2025. Almost see how many years we have a difference from 680 years. Still we are using the same principles. So almost 6 centuries we are using the same principles. Even the future also we can use. Still these principles has not been changed because that type of standards we have while we are doing the accounting. So without these golden principles, we cannot do the accounting standards. So that's why these are mandatory. Which one is debit, which one is credit? Then only here we have a possible to make a balance sheet. So what is a personal account rule here? Debit the receiver and credit the giver. And real account, debit what comes in, and credit what goes out. And nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains.
Got it.
So based on this here, when I am paying the rent is expense. So that's why I am treating it as a debit. So when I am paying the payment, my bank balance is going outside. As per real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So my bank balance is going outside. So that's why the bank is credit. So based on this, once you know the golden principles, then only we can easily understand, even though it is a manual accounting, even though it is a systematic account. So these type of entries we can post while we are doing the basic settings. So after completion of these basics, we are going to the next level. The very important topics we are covering. One is account payables, account receivables. Account payables, account receivables. So the account payables, in a simple sentence, what I'm telling to here, yet to be paid. Here yet to be received. Yet to be paid, yet to be received. So for whom we are yet to be paid, for whom we are yet to be received, there is nothing but here we have a supplier, or we can call as vendor. Here account receivables, customer part. Like account payables, it is deals with the purchase part. Account receivables deals with the sales part. Now we have a different scenarios here. It is available in account payables and account receivables. Either supplier or vendor you can take, either customer you can take. We have a different types of vendors, different types of customers is available in the market. So one is local, domestic level, foreign level. Sometimes what happen, if the goods is not available within the local state, I can purchase from other state. So even though some goods is not available in our country, I mean to say in India, we can purchase from the foreign. So that's why we require these three types of peoples like a local vendor, local customer, domestic vendor, domestic customer, foreign vendor, foreign customer. So after that, how to raise the purchase invoice, how to raise the sales invoice, those are also we are covering. Then types of payments. Here types of payments. The types of payments, how it will be for both account payables, account receivables. Fully payment we are covering, partial payment we are covering, and installment payment we are covering, and down payment we are covering. So these scenarios also we will see under APAR. So once we are completed this part, then we are going to the next level configuration, that is house banking. In this house banking, what we are doing here, the company, you can take any company, it's MNC standards. So for MNC standards, they are maintaining minimum to minimum 4 or 5 banks. The MNC standards, they are maintaining minimum to minimum 4 or 5 banks. So why the companies has maintaining 4 or 5 banks? Because what happened, the payment is very flexible. One bank account they are using exclusively for the salaries account. One bank account they are exclusively using for the customer part. One bank account they are exclusively using for the vendor part. So one more bank account they are using for to do the TDS payment, GST payments, or tax relevant. So that's why how to create the check lots, what are the check numbers we can give, how to do the vendor automatic payment. These are all scenarios will be covered under the house bank. So once we are completed the house banking, then we will go for the BRS. Here the BRS stands for bank reconciliation statement. So actually why we are doing this BRS means, sometimes what happen, in my company books is showing some balance, in my bank passbook is showing some balances. In those scenarios, we are get the statement from the bank and we do the reconciliation account with our company books. So this process we are calling as BRS. So BRS stands for bank reconciliation statement. After BRS, we are focusing on the TDS GST. So the TDS stands for tax deduction at source, tax deduction at source, and GST stands for goods and service tax. Goods and service tax. So this TDS, how we are following as per Income Tax Act 1961, we are following, and the GST we are following as per 2017 Act. So the TDS is a direct tax. GST is indirect tax. So it means what is the advantage you are getting? The direct taxes also you are learning, the indirect taxes also you are learning. That is the biggest advantage while we are learning the TDS and GST. So after completion of this TDS GST, we are going to the next one, bill of exchange. So the bill of exchange, what happened, if the customer has not paid the payment, we are taking a temporary payment from the bank. So on behalf of the customer. So this procedure we will see under the bill of exchange. After completion of the bill of exchange, we are going to the dunning part. We are going to the dunning part. So this dunning is simple format. What I'm telling you here, notice. Here the customer, if the customer has taken the goods from us, but is not giving any payment within the due date. If the customer has taken the goods from us, within the due date, he has not cleared any payment. In those situations, what we will do, up to due date, we will wait. After completion of the due date, we can raise the notice. So maximum notices we can send 3. Maximum notices we can send 3. So for each notice, we are maintaining 10 days interval. So first notice will be, it's very polite, just like in the request format. Second notice will be reminding the first notice, remind the first notice, and the third notice will be, it is a directly warning. The warning format will be there, like the how warning, how it will be, if you are not clear these payment, we will unfortunately go for the court of order. This type of warning letter also we can send. So that's why the maximum letters we are sending to the customer. If the customer has failed to do the payment for us, in those scenarios we are raising the 3 notices, and for each notice we are maintaining 10 days interval. So these scenarios also we are seeing under the dunning part. After completion of the dunning, the next configuration we are going to the asset account. So the asset accounting here we are doing on behalf of the fixed assets. On behalf of the fixed assets, especially for doing of the depreciation part, we are doing this depreciation part. So the depreciation is applicable as per Income Tax Act 1961 and as per Companies Act 2013. So these two rules we are following for doing of the depreciation on fixed assets. So based on these rules, we are applying the depreciation methods will be two methods basically. One is SLM method and another one is WDV method. So the SLM stands for straight line method. Straight line method. The WDV stands for written down value method. Written down value method. So for this WDV we have another name, that is DBM method. That is DBM method. We are calling it is diminishing balancing method. Diminishing balance method. So these two methods, how we are applying with the fixed assets. The fixed assets, just like we can take as example like a building, plant and machinery, and even furniture, fixtures, even some vehicles, computers, all like electronic items, gadgets. These are all will be considered as fixed assets. So we are applying the straight line method as per Companies Act, and we are applying WDV method as per Income Tax Act. So these are all configurations also we are covering under the asset account. So once the asset accounting has finished, then our financial accounting, I mean to say the financial part is successfully we will complete, then we can focus on control. So still now what I was explained, those are all totally external documents. Those are all totally external documents. So when we are come back to the internal documents, controlling. In a controlling, it will happen within the company level. We are not sharing anyone within the company, only we can discuss. So what are is applicable here? One is cost centers creation. Little bit terminology has been changed here. Cost center creation, cost element creation, and making of the planning like a budget, and posting actual entries, and getting the variance. Once we completed these settings in the controlling part, then we will go for the statistical key figure. The next internal order. These topics also we are covering as internal documents on behalf of the controlling. So what we are seeing like cost center, cost element, it's not an easy task. We need to do the backend configuration for this to maintain the controlling area, activation of the controlling area. This process also we need to do. Then only these are all possible. So once the controlling part is completed, then we are focusing on the integration level. So in the integration, what is the advantage you are getting here? Little bit little bit SD configurations also we are learning. It's a basic level. Even what are the module we are taking, that is FSUO. The FSUO totally we are focusing 100% subject. In material management also we will see the basic setting like a 10% subject, and SD also 10% subject we are learning in integration level. Because what happened, before what I said like account payables, account receivables. So here you can see the account payables, account receivables, what I was explained here, like purchase sales. So what is the purchase invoice? What is the sales invoice? How it will be? They are doing the implementation part for the purchase people and sales people. Those are also we are discussing under MMS. So this is the biggest advantage what we are learning. Last but not least, we are going to discuss about the server. Actually, we have two servers. One is the oldest one, another one is the newest one. So the newest one and oldest one. The oldest server what we have, that is ECC. The name is ECC, and the newest will be S/4HANA. So first here what I'm clearing to you. First we will cover all these topics in ECC. First we will cover all these topics in ECC. After completion of the total topics in ECC, then we will come back to the S/4HANA, and we can see what is the differences with the old server to new server. I mean to say what is implemented while we are comparing with the old server to new server. Those are also we will see while we are doing the configurations. And here how to install the server, the ECC server, what is the procedure, these are all things I will take care about it. So once you confirm your slot, you will receive the ECC server application, and this ECC server application you can easily download in your laptop or desktop. How to download, what is the procedure, these are all I will take care about that, don't bother about it. So once you install in your laptop or desktop, the ECC icon will be like this. So just double click here. So continue on this. So these credentials you will receive from my side, the user ID and password. I will take care of all this. So this is the server what we are seeing on the screen. So the menu, edit, favorite is what we are seeing on the screen, the top. This we are calling as menu bar. This SAP Easy Access we are calling it is a front end. This SAP Easy Access we are calling it is a front end. Now, if you want to open the backend configurations, we are using some command here. This space where I am typing something KLM. This space we are calling as command bar. This space we are calling as command bar. In this command bar, we can enter the T codes. For suppose, if you want to open the backend configuration, you can use the T code SPRO. You can use the T code SPRO, then click on IMG button. Here I'm explaining the backend configurations, how it will be. Just as example, like here enterprise structure, see what I said before. First we need to start with the enterprise structure, what I said before. So enterprise structure, the basic settings, it is available in the backend. Here enterprise structure, you can expand this, and we have a definition part, assignment part. So first we are doing the definition part, then we will do the assignment part. So in a definition, what is available here, you can expand this. Like financial accounting we are doing, you can expand this. So here you can see the define company and credit control area, company code, business area. These are all configurations we are doing in the backend. So once we did this basic backend configurations, then only here we have a possible to create a company code. So the basic backend, once it is finished, the company code, how it will it be, here I'm explaining. See, for suppose the company code HH1 as example I'm taking. In this company code, I did the basic backend configurations. So that's why you are seeing how many assets is available, how many expenses is available, how many incomes, how many liabilities. So not only this, we can create number of assets, number of expenses, number of incomes, number of liabilities. As example, here I am taking one of the company code. So in this HH12 under assets, what are the GLs I was created, like HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Sundry Data, bills reconciliation. These are all I did. So in expenses, just like rent, bank charges I was created. So in income, interest issued, the liability, sundry creditor, bill discounting. These are all I was created. So how I was did, once I did the backend configuration, then only the front end configuration is possible. So if this HH12 company code, how it is working, if you want to see here, what is the example I was taken, let's post one entry. Then we can easily understand the server, how it is reacting. So rent paid through bank, rent account debit, bank account credit. So this entry, I can post one of the company code, that is HH12 as example I am taking. Like we have a T code for this F-02. We have a T code for this F-02 for post of the GL entry. So as example purpose, I am posting this entry. Now we can see the entry, how it is posted in this ECC server. So the company code HH12. The T code for posting of the GL entry FW. See, for posting of this entry, it's not an easy task. One more time, I'm repeating. Once you did the basic backend configurations, once you did the front end configurations, then only this GL entry will be possible. So for doing of those basic settings, maximum it will take 4 to 5 sessions. 4 to 5 sessions is nothing but it is almost 5 to 6 hours. So once we did the basic backend configuration within 5 or 6 hours in initial stage, then only here it is possible to do post entry. So enter button. So for example, today date I'm taking. The company code as a reference, what I'm taking HH1B. Currency is INR. So here 40, it is indicating debit and you can choose rent account from the drop-up box. So in our company code, these are all GLs, what I shown you before, here it is available. Let's take rent account. Now press enter button. This is amount column. You can enter the amount just like example 16,200. This is text column. We are calling it as a narration space. You can write down being rent paid through bank. Rent paid through bank. Now the next line item posting key what I require 50. It is indicating credit entry. Then you can choose bank account. So this entry why I'm posting, just you are seeing the server how it is working. That's it. So HDFC Bank I'm taking. Press enter button. So this is the third screen. In second screen we are already enter the amount. So that's why I can give the star mark. So in second screen we are already enter the narration. You can give the plus mark. Now the system will copy the amount and narration. The value date. Then execute. So rent account data to bank account. Debit side is 16,200, credit side is 16,200, totally 2 line items. What is 2 line items? Rent is first line item. HDFC Bank is second line item. Totally 2 line items. Debit, credit has been same. So here 0. Then here this is the post button we can say. Click on post button. See here I got a message on bottom of the screen. Document 101 was posted in company. It means once you did the backend configuration, front-end configuration properly, then only the system will accept our configuration, then only the system will save the data. Now, this is the process, each and every configurations we are doing. What are the topics here I'm explaining? These are all real-time scenarios I'm explaining. Okay, so my turn was completed. This is your turn. You can raise any questions, you can raise any queries. Now we can start. Harika.
I am good with the index actually.
Okay.
Actually, right now I don't have any dots. I think it might take some time because I need to think.
Okay, no problem. You can think it twice.
Yeah,
It's not a big
yeah,
task.
just give me some time.
Yeah, no issue. So just check it once. Once you confirm the start, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to the regular sessions.
Okay.
So at the same time, once the session was started, automatically I can take your AnyDesk and I can install the server in your LAPI.
Okay.
So this is totally online session. So every recording sessions you will receive after 1 hour of the completion of the session. For example, if you are taking the time slot 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. as per Indian Standard Time, you will receive the recording session at 9 a.m.
Okay.
So then it will be available to download in your email ID. So you can download the video and you can start the practice. Each and everything here it is available. So if you are getting any doubts on behalf of these scenarios, just you can connect to the WhatsApp group and you can ping the message. I can give the reply. This is the way of communication we are following.
Okay.
So each and every doubt I will clarify. So even though if you are not getting any type of those answers, if the the server is not accepting your configurations. In those scenarios, I will take the AnyDesk and I will solve your problem.
Okay.
And after completion of this